Yeah, they're such different cars. This is amazing. I'm super happy, though, that I'm moving on.
Right on. Well, again, pay attention. This battle here, that's who you're going against. One of these guys out here on track. Back to you guys.
All right, we turn back to the track right now where we have Mike Puglisi up against Jason Harding. Jason Harding in that number 22 C7 Corvette up against Mike Puglisi in his DMR Racing Mitsubishi Evo. So we've got another rear-wheel drive battle versus all-wheel drive like we saw earlier with Jeremy Swinson versus Ronnie Solomon. Coincidentally, another Evo versus Corvette battle as well.
Absolutely. Second seed for Jason Harding. 102.9 his qualifying time over the past 2 days in that C7 Z06. And then, or is that a ZR1? I don't actually know. And then 10.7 for Puglisi. Gap looks to have stayed fairly similar between the two on the lap so far.
Yeah, and Jason Harding looking really composed, not really seeing too much of a wiggle from that car almost anywhere on track.
Oh, it looks good. It's similar to Swenson, just no drama. Uses the grip it has very well. Harding comes across 108.9, personal best. Puglisi, personal best as well, 109.6. Not enough to take the win, but big speed from both of these cars in the first round. And that's what I was talking about with Puglisi. You see him build, and he's consistent. He doesn't make mistakes. We could see a one more time if Harding has a slip, but impressive to see a 108 out of Harding.
Attention to the paddock, all drivers and vendors. The wind is picking up. If you have an easy up, please make sure that you are able to strap that thing down so it doesn't go blowing all over the place. All right, so we just saw Jason Harding taking the first round battle win over Mike Puglisi by only about 0.7 of a second, so really not that far back. If Mike Puglisi can find, a couple tenths and a couple corners, he could be right there.
Absolutely, and then you look at the way these cars make speed. The Corvette's an easier car to make a mistake in. All-wheel drive cars, they put their power down almost no matter what. If you make a mistake, it recovers better. Corvette, it's a kind of a higher risk, higher reward car where you've got a bunch of power just through the rear wheels. I think Puglisi, like you've said, he's consistent, doesn't tend to make mistakes. This is going to be a great battle. These guys setting their distance to each other. Wow, Harding actually leaving a big gap. Doesn't want to deal with Puglisi at all. Look at that, Puglisi hard onto the first straightaway and into the first corner, pounding off that curb in the Evo. Looks like he was a little deep into the first corner, actually. Doesn't go off, recovers it. Two off.
Wow, it doesn't seem to have slowed him down at all, though, man.
Pushing hard. If you have a two off like that without any drama, that's just fast. Into the sweeper, grabs some more curb. Puglisi is on it. He wants to match that 108 or better. Hard to get both cars in the frame to see how Harding's doing, but the gap is still substantial.
So Mike Puglisi trying to search for a faster lap time than Jason Harding this time to force a one more time round. Jason Harding actually won the first part of the battle. So we'll see if Mike Puglisi can pull it out. Looking really good, though, man. This has been a really clean lap so far for Mike Puglisi.
Nice and composed. Sometimes fast just looks a little bit slow and not dramatic. He's tight and tidy into, turned in a little hard there, but hits the apex, gets the car pointed. He's going to trip the lights first for Puglisi. The Evo goes 109.5, a new personal best. What does Harding respond with? 109.8, Puglisi upsets him. We're going one more time in track modified bracket battles. Puglisi.
Very nice work, Mike Puglisi. So very impressive driving there. Like we were talking, it did look clean and maybe a little bit slower because no drama, but that's a very quick lap time. Obviously enough to force a one more time battle between himself and Jason Harding.
Certainly, and sometimes in this, when you're repeating laps, it comes down to tire management. If Puglisi was able to maintain some better grip with the all-wheel drive or not beat up those front tires too bad, which all-wheel drive cars can abuse, Harding's got to do everything with a bunch of power through those rear tires. If they start to go away and get a little bit greasy, the car could just get slower. We're going to see how it plays out in a one-more-time battle after they come in, reset. We may chat with them for a second, but we're rolling straight into the next bracket battle of Unlimited. That's the first round. Richard Boak and Dan Kroll are on deck, and you're not going to want to miss Richard Boak, the top qualifier, 103.1, the fastest car on site here so far. They're rolling out for their first battle.
I'm really, really excited about this. Now, Dan Kroll was able to make his way to this part of the brackets by beating out Grant Walker in that
out and hopefully make it all the way to the end.
Right on. Again, Canadian confidants here. See how it all works out. I don't know if you caught that. He's obviously Canadian. There we go. The Can-Jam vehicle is moving on. There you go, fellas.
All right, thanks, Jared. Back on track right now. We've got another flyer here. This is the one more time battle. You saw Mike Puglisi there getting a little overzealous with the curbing there, coming out of the horseshoe. Hopefully it didn't cost him.
Yeah, Puglisi, Harding, you got a big jump of the curb, some sparks flying for Puglisi, but I want to give the advantage to him right now. It looks like he's extended that gap out just a little bit. Harding had the first round won, and then Puglisi responded, taking a couple tenths win in the second round. This is our first one more time battle at the quarterfinals in any of the brackets. Puglisi right in front of us right now, looking tight, tidy. No drama from the Evo just behind him. Harding also looking clean deep into the last corner. This is where the power down of that Evo is going to help. Gets it squared up, squirts towards the finish line. Lap time in for Puglisi is going to be a 110.1. That's faster a little bit. 110.3 for Harding, and Puglisi winning 2 and 3 takes the win and advances into the quarterfinals for track modified. Yeah, really strong response from Puglisi after losing the first battle, takes the win in the second battle and goes fast enough to win by 2 tenths in the third battle. That one more time, Eric Fleming will continue into the quarterfinals to face Michael Puglisi on the strength of that run, and then we're going to see Jeremy Swenson, Chris Boersma first when we return to the track battle brackets. With that track modified wrapping up, and we're going to continue on into Unlimited.
And right now, I mean, I'm very impressed with Michael Puglisi. He qualified in the brackets, or coming into the brackets, in 7th position, and has now found himself all the way in the final 4. So probably the biggest upset that we've seen so far today.
On
beating
raw
out,
pace, yeah.
I mean, Jason Harding was seated 2nd in track modified, and now finds himself out.
And that's what we said a little bit earlier. Puglisi, one of those drivers who builds. This is one of those events that really rewards consistency and building upon yourself. You don't necessarily have to have qualified.
Well, I kind of made a mistake earlier. I thought you won. You both won one race. That was my bad. Harding won the first race. You won the second. Goes to one more time, and now you officially have won. So you are moving on now.
All right, awesome. Yeah, that's what I get for talking shit. It bites me in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, again, that was my mistake, my bad. But now, again, there is an Evo. You're the Corvette killer once again.
Yeah, I guess so. A little mixed feelings right now. You sure?
I think so, right? He did win. Okay, there it is. Okay, all right. Congratulations, he does win. Well, let's talk with Harding here real quick. Get on up here. Harding, always good to see you. This K-Tech vehicle, awesome looking vehicle. Unfortunately, you got taken out. He's the Corvette killer, man. Again, it came down to that one more time battle.
Yeah, it was pretty slick out there. I had a hard time getting it to stick, sliding all over the place, so couldn't put down a good time.
Yeah, it's again, I'm understanding that you would think that the drift tires and the drift rubber being laid down would help, but it really changes the landscape of the surface.
Oh yeah, the car's all over the place. That first one I saw 108 on the dash here, so that's my fastest time around this track, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Right on. So it is a win still for you. Again, congratulations. He's moving on, or Harding's out. Puglisi moves on.
Yeah, Puglisi almost sounded like he was a little